Welcome to 1911 ACP 45. I'm Paul, your friendly admin, and this is my beautiful wife, Sarah.
Hi.
So she recently pointed out to me that we left out some very important members in our group, and the ladies, of course, are it. And what is it? Behind every good man
Is a woman who knows what she's doing.
Okay, good. So what do you want to start out?
I just want to say that I love this group. I love people's passion for not just the 1911 45, but just a passion for handguns and promoting knowledge. And I think that's one thing that we are really trying to keep under control. And with pointing out that knowledge and especially leaving out us ladies, we have a dude that is the admin.
Yeah,
And yet a lot of us are bad. We're bad bees and
yeah,
we could outshoot our husbands.
sometimes. Yeah, she thinks so.
So, and I also got pissed off at him because he did a video about my 45 without me being there.
Correct. And I wanted to correct that. That's what we were here to do.
And we could do an entire hour-long video of why my gun, my 45 specifically, is better than yours. But I'm just going to point out the two main. It's empty. 1, Colt. 2, traced to a government issue lot of law enforcement handguns between 1968 and 1972. Specifically, this serial model range was a lot of DEA issued guns. So,
good gun. She knows more about her own gun than I do.
Yes.
Which is great. That's what you need to do.
Boondock Saints.
Okay.
As he pointed out in the other posts, you see I have this lovely Equitas Veritas grip. Sorry, it's hard to see it on camera. And I love that. This gun was...
So what do you think? So I said something about the beaver tail. What do you think about it? Do you like it?
It helps me with control because it is such a large gun and I do have small hands.
Okay.
It helps me with my recoil. It helps me...
My only concern with them ever was that when I go to release the hammer, it got in the way. It made it harder for me to do that. And that's maybe why I don't like it.
That's because you got fat thumbs.
Yeah, probably. I'm not trying to shoot myself in the foot either.
Well, I love this gun. It is a great gun. It is a very sentimental gun. It was given to me by a very, very dear friend of mine, Lee Dickerson, who is on the group, and he did refinish this gun. It was pretty rusty when he got it for me, and I told him I wanted it to look like the bad bitch that I am. So this is the end product. It originally had Punisher grips on it, and then when...
I've posted in the other video, the other grips and the other forms that it was in.
Yeah, but when I saw these Equitas Veritas, they were awesome. And not to be very improper with the gun, but I don't know if you can tell, they're lucite. So they're clear, and the Equitas Veritas is on the back. So that's just, I think, is really cool and snazzy. But overall, if I pull this gun on you, you're fucked. But those are like the main reasons my gun is better than your gun.
Okay.
So,
well, hey,
there we go.
Here it is.
So, but obviously, as a woman and a victim of a violent crime in the past, in which if I would have had access to my handgun, it would not have ended the way it did. And I have ever since then been a very big advocate of protecting yourself. And here in the great United States of America, we have the right to bear arms. Texas, we have concealed and open carry.
Yep.
And I personally choose to conceal carry as a woman. I feel more comfortable that way.
So what do you conceal carry every day? And what platform is it?
It is a 1911 platform. And if you're going to give me shit about what I'm telling you I got, I don't want to hear that kind of negativity in my life. Don't say anything. Because I know I got a lot of Kimber haters out there. And you know what? Bye.
See ya.
So,
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia. So, clip is out. This is a Kimber Micro 380 1911. You see, it fits in the palm of my hand, but it has the great feel that I love out of my Colt.
She's
This
really good with it too.
gun, for me, as a woman who is a fan of the 1911 platform, is by far one of the best guns I've ever shot. You would be surprised with such a compact gun.
It's harder for me to shoot because I have big hands, but
that
it works for
you
her
usually get a lot of recoil with a very small gun, and this I do not get that at all.
I remember the gun that Lee had, the 45 that was real micro. It was a micro 45.
That was a Springfield XD45,
Okay.
The double stack clip.
That thing was hard. It was a
it
good gun, but it was very hard to shoot.
Very hard on your hands, and still very, very heavy. And one thing that I have learned through a lot of gun safety and a lot of research on protecting yourself as a woman, I see women who walk around a parking lot and they have a gun on them, but it's in their purse, or just they keep it in the car with the, I'm sorry, if you don't conceal carry, that's your prerogative. If you don't open carry, that's your prerogative. But I find that in my experience as a woman, if you're going to carry, don't back holster, don't even hip holster. I carry in a hip holster, but appendix carry, because I find that in a situation that I have been in before, where you're most likely as a woman to get attacked from behind like this with your hands down. If you have an appendix carry, you can still, in most situations, reach for your weapon. However, much to my husband's disapproval, I keep one in the chamber just for that reason.
Hey,
all I have to do is cock the hammer and I'm good.
I agree with you on
I've showed
keeping
him
one in the chamber. But the particular gun you're using has no safety. It's hard to explain how this gun works for me. She has a hard time with releasing. Hold on, is it clip in? You already moved
no
it?
the clips in.
So she has a hard time releasing the hammer. She's gotten used to it now. We had to show her, but that's one of the small issues with the gun as far as using it that way.
Yes, for one downfall about this particular model is it does have a safety, but you cannot, for some stupid reason, keep one chambered with the safety on, which is stupid. However, if you learn the proper trigger hammer release with one in the chamber, what you can, once you're knowledgeable about it, not discharge the firearm, keep one in the chamber, hammer up. So all you have to do
have to work on
your
that
gun,
because it kind of negates, right?
and
I don't know. That's going to be something we want to discuss.
But it's easy for me.
Yeah, and I want what's easy for you.
It's
and
very easy for me, and you've been demonstrated how easy it is for me.
Well, that's good.
So, just for the ladies out there, a 1911 45 is not a practical gun to carry every day. It is a fun gun to shoot. It is a great gun to have around the house for home protection. When I go to the range and they see Big Betsy, which is the Colt, they always say, "Oh, your husband has such a nice gun." Bitch, it's mine. I also I tried this model out, and it's not a 1911 platform, but it is a smaller gun. This is an XD40 subcompact. This is probably my favorite range gun. This gun is accurate as hell, and then when you add me into it, I mean,
did I?
You did. The Colonel, he did. But again, for the way I particularly prefer to carry appendix carry. I'm always having to pull my britches up no matter how tight my belt is. So again, it was a nice, it's a nice compact gun for me to have if I were to purse carry. Um, then I would definitely carry this around, and sometimes I do.
Larger caliber helps.
Yeah. And when I do purse carry, I will carry this, but when I am concealed carrying, this by far my Kimber is my favorite gun. So I don't want all the ladies out there to think that there's just a bunch of old geezers
that's
talking
that's
about
why I love making videos.
talking about pistols and that women aren't as interested or as good. And if anything, women need a advocate and somebody that can tell them, things about gun safety, about tactical carrying options, about things like that. I stated before that I was a victim of a violent crime in the past, and if I would have had access to my gun, things would have been a lot differently. He would have been dead.
He would have been dead.
But after that, I became very, very cautious, and I do carry everywhere.
Well,
not paranoid, but
is that the only ones we brought out for us today?
yeah.
Well, I got one little special
his
thing.
little revolver that he got for
Christmas. This is my Christmas.
That was your Christmas present.
See, my beautiful little young lady here, she buys me stuff for Christmas. So.
Yes.
All right, so it's just
I buy him guns.
Silly little gun. It's a 22 Rough Rider. Everybody's probably seen them.
But it's so fun.
It is a fun little gun. So it didn't come, unfortunately. This one didn't come with the 22 mag cylinder.
But
so I bought
it fits both.
Oh, it does fit both. So that's what's good about this gun. I like that. So I can shoot my 22 mag through this, and I can shoot long rifle through it. But yeah, fun little. You ever get a chance to shoot something? If you want to plink and you want cheap to plink, this is something you might want to look into. It's pretty fun, easy to use,
and something great to teach the little ones on.
I think
because a revolver.
Well, yeah. So with the automatics, you got to worry about youngsters not used to the kickback. Well, semi-automatic, not full autos is what I would say. Anyway, so no, with a semi-automatic, they tend to kick back, and if the child's not ready for the recoil and they tend to shoot the second round without realizing, you can have problems. But something like this, this is what I recommend, or just when you're choosing a semi-automatic, to start them off with one in the clip and load it for them, or teach them how to load it, something like that, and then move to multiple bullets until they get used to it. But
I learned how to shoot on a revolver.
Did you?
Yeah. A little 38 special, my mom's, Bonnie, and my dad had a full size 38.
Oh, I did not.
And that was Clyde, and that was what I learned how to shoot on. And then, unfortunately, he became a Glock fan.
Oh, Glocks. We're not going to get into that in this video. Guys, so thank y'all very much for joining us. This was a little short video that we wanted to do together and show you her stuff through her own words and, get to know you guys. Welcome to the group. Everybody, just make sure you follow the rules. Go through and read the rules again. I keep telling that to people over and over again. We just let in about 5,000 people, so the next 3 days to 4 days are going to be kind of hectic while I remove the trolls and spammers, which they get in. There's nothing you can do about it, and trolls could be anybody. So even if I accepted somebody that looked good on paper, then turned into
a friend of a friend,
or a friend of a friend.
Everybody's got that one asshole friend.
Yeah, and I'm one of those guys. Don't get me wrong now. I am.
Everybody's got that one bitch friend.
I try to be as nice as possible, okay, and I try to be as understanding as possible, and I want all views in here. For the most part, you gotta be reasonable as far as what you're displaying. I understand. So one of the big issues we get is cop hating and stuff like that. They're people like anybody else, and you're not always going to have a great cop. There's more good cops than bad cops. So no matter what, just remember, I'm going to watch for stuff like that. And
Respect our law enforcement,
we'll
respect our veterans,
respect our veterans,
and respect the ladies on this page, gentlemen, because
definitely
most of
respect.
us are better shots than you. So I think with that,
Yeah,
we can bid you
I do.
adieu.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.